In order to understand this roundabout, we need to understand a few basic rules. The first rule is the clock face rule. So if we imagine we're starting from 6 o'clock from the bottom of the roundabout, and if we imagine any exit at 12 o'clock or before, we'd use the left lane for. Any exit after 12 o'clock, we'd use the right lane for. Now, of course, when you do a roundabout, you can't get a satellite image like here. So, on approach, you'll need to look at the road signs to work out which lane to use. Here is our first example of a road sign. On this example, we're going to be going towards 3 bridges. You'll see the exit is directly straight across at 12 o'clock. So, we'll be using the left lane. We are now approaching the roundabout. If you glance to the left, you will see the sign that was shown on the previous clip. We are following the road ahead towards 3 Bridges train station. We can't go to the left lane here though, because the left lane is a bus lane. So we're going to stay in the lane we're in. You'll see the traffic lights will control the roundabout. They'll tell you when to go and when not to go. So we're going to stay in this lane as it splits into 3. And the arrows confirm to stay in this lane for following the road ahead. And the sign confirms this is a 3 Bridges exit. We are now going to approach the roundabout from the same direction. This time we're going to go towards Furnace Green. So this time you'll notice Furnace Green is past 12 o'clock. It's all the way around to the right to 3 o'clock on the clock face. So when we merge into the roundabout, we will need to be in the right lane. We are now approaching the roundabout. If you glance to the left, you will see the sign that was shown on the previous clip. We are going towards the Furnace Green, which is more towards the right. Now, on approach to the roundabout, we can't move to the right lane yet, as the right lane hasn't appeared yet. After these lights, we'll check our middle and right mirror, signal right, then we move to the right. Now, when we get to the corner coming from a distance, what we need to do is stay to the outer lane and cancel our signal. So now we have no signal on, no signal is required. We stay in this lane, and this lane will take us towards the Furnace Green exit. Looking in the distance, you will see the Furnace Green exit coming up, indicated by the road sign. We are now approaching the roundabout from a different direction. This time, we'll be going towards town centre. Now, on the sign, it looks like the exit is directly ahead at 12 o'clock. So normally, we'd use the left lane. However, from this direction, there is an exception to the rule. On approach, we need to use the right lane. The only clue to help you work this out is to note that on the sign, there is no exit towards the right, no exit past 12 o'clock, which typically means the right lane will be for going ahead, because otherwise it would not be used for any other turn. We are now approaching the roundabout. If you glance to the left, you will see the sign we just discussed. We will be following it towards town centre. So, as discussed, this has an exception. We need to use the right lane. No signal is required. So we're going to brake to slow the speed and go into gear 2 for this type of sharpness of bend. Check it's clear to the right, which it is. Proceed onto the roundabout, going for the inner lane. I'm going to stay in gear 2. Now in the distance, you'll see the road bends round to the right. When it bends round to the right, we need to stay towards the left or the outer of the roundabout. And now do a left signal. We are now in the lane for coming off for town centre. This is confirmed by the road sign you can see here. Note, the speed limit is now 30 miles per hour. We are now going to approach the roundabout from the same direction. This time, we will go towards Furnace Green. You will see by the sign, Furnace Green is before 12 o'clock. It's approximately 9 o'clock on a clock face. Therefore, we will use the left lane. Note, it is the second exit on the sign. The first exit you will see in the bottom left corner. So on approach, we will need no signal, otherwise people will get confused thinking we're taking the first exit. So it's left lane, no signal required. Note, on your driving test, the examiner may give the direction for this roundabout in multiple ways. Sometimes they may say follow the road round to the left towards Furnace Green, or they may say follow the road ahead towards Furnace Green, or they may just stay quiet, in which case you are expected to realise if they stay quiet you are expected to follow the road ahead, i.e. left lane, no signal. Approaching the roundabout, we can see the sign shown in the previous clip on the left. So we will be going towards Furnace Green, which is more towards the left, and it's the second exit. So it'll be left lane, no signal required. We're going to use our brakes to slow into the corner and making sure we get gear 2 before the corner because it's a very tight corner. Checking to the right to make sure it's safe to go, which it is. Merging onto the roundabout, staying in the left lane, or what you might know as the outer lane. And staying in gear 2, following the lane. Looking in the distance, we will see the signs Furnace Green, confirming this is our exit. We will finish by doing a left signal to show we are coming off the roundabout. We are now coming up to the roundabout from the final direction. This time we will go towards London and Three Bridges, which are the same exit. So, if we imagine we are coming from 6 o'clock at the bottom of the picture, we will notice London and Three Bridges are past 12 o'clock, approximately at 3 o'clock. Therefore, we will use the right lane with a right signal. Also notice it is exit number 2 for London and Three Bridges, which is very important to know. It is important to know it is exit 2, as we need to know when to signal left and check our mirrors to exit the roundabout. As a general rule, this is done after you pass the previous exit. In this case, after we pass exit 1 is when we signal left and check our mirrors to exit for exit 2. Approaching around from this direction, we must change lanes on approach. So we must check our middle and right mirror, right signal, check our middle and right mirror again, and if safe, then move over to the right lane. And then start proceeding to brake into the roundabout, so we have time to assess the roundabout to see if it is safe to proceed. We are keeping our right signal on at the moment, and when we merge onto the roundabout, we will stay in the inner lane like you would do for turning right at any other roundabout. The only difference is this is turning right, exit 2. Exit 1 is just to the left of us at the moment with the green lights. So once you proceed through our lights, we will need to check our middle and left mirror, signal left and move one lane over to the left. Being careful not to move over 2 lanes, otherwise we will end up in the bus lane. And you will notice from the sign, this is our exit for Three Bridges and London. We can now cancel our signal.